Alright, so you found out that your ankles are tight. This is what you can do to improve your ankle mobility. We're start off by rolling the bottoms of our feet. This is when I'm trying to restore mobility anywhere. This is usually the one I start with. Because tension in the bottoms of the feet can actually restrict ranges of motion, the knee, the hip, and pretty much any joint in the body. It's all connected. You can't tighten up one muscle group without tightening up a different muscle group, potentially any muscle group. So you're going to roll back and forth. You should be putting a fair amount of pressure on the foot. If it doesn't hurt, you're not doing it right. Push back and forth. My favorite tool to do this is a dowel. You can use a lacrosse ball, tennis ball if you're really tight. But my favorite here is the dowel. Roll back and forth. Spend about 30 to 45 seconds on each side. Once you've done that, we'll roll the calves out. Grab yourself a foam roller. You got one? Hopefully you got one. Now, if you're start off with both legs on here, and if you're not really feeling too much from this, a lot of people do. A lot of people, this is like all they can take. My hips are up off the ground. I'm just rolling my hips side to side. Now, you want a little extra. Take one leg, put it over the other, and roll side to side. You got to solely hit the bottom of the gas, start at the top. So work your way from bottom to top. Walk up, walk down, then hit the other side. Again, 30 to 45 seconds on each side. All right. Once you've done that, you're ready to stretch. Shout out to my man Chris for showing me this. It is my favorite stretching routine. It's the only stretching routine I regularly do. Maybe you can think of a bad thing, but I love it. So it's actually a series of toe touches in different positions. The first one, you're going to have both toes on, so that you can use a 2x4. He showed me with a half roller. You can use anything that elevates the feet. I got a 25-pound rubber plate here. It works perfectly. So first position, arms up, hips through, and you're going to reach down to the backs of your heels. Exhale as you go down. Arms go back, up, hips through, drive, big stretch at the top. Now, if this is too tight, grab yourself something a little bit smaller. Grab yourself a 10-pound rubber plate, or something about a half inch off the ground. Find something that challenges you, but you're not tearing a calf. You don't want to tear a calf doing this. You want to stretch it. The intensity of the stretch should be around 6 to 7 out of 10. We're going to do a set of 10 of these. Down, arms back, up, hips through, big stretch at the top, back down, reach, dig through the back heels, back, up, hips through. After you've done a set of 10 jumping jacks. Arms out to the side. Smack your thighs each time. Next one, heels on, toes off. So your heels are on the plate, toes are on the ground. Starting position the same, dig through. Reaching down to those back heels. You're going to feel this more in the hamstrings. That's what we want. Hamstrings are connected to the calves, connected to the bottom of the feet. If you want to increase ankle range of motion, you've got to increase range of motion with all those muscles. Arms back, up, hips through. Set a 10 of these. 10 jumping jacks. And we've got one toe on, one heel on. So I'm putting one toe on, one heel on. Arms are important for this. Without the arms, you're going to fall over. Up, drive those hips through. Keep that heel flat on the ground. Don't let it off the ground. Keep it down. Dig to that back heel. Back heel, back heel. Get there, get there. Arms back, up, hit through, big stretch. Same thing. 10 of these. 10 jumping jacks. I feel looser already. I'm going fast through this. Next one is the other side. Again, get through. Keep that heel on the ground. Dig. Arms back. Up. Get through. You're going a lot slower than me doing this. Big stretch at the bottom. Arms back. Up. Get through. Big stretch at the top. 10 jumping jacks. Final one. This one's a little more complicated. I'll go slower with it. Heels are on. Toes are off. Arms up. Hips through at the start. Down, fingers going to the toes, straighten the legs, stretch the hamstrings, down, drive these apart, pull your chest through, lock the knees, get another hamstring stretch, arms back, up, hips through, same thing, down, fingers under toes, lock the knees, down, drive the knees apart, lock the knees, arms go back, up, hips through, 10 of those, 10 jumping jacks. Good. Now we're done with mobility. Let's check and see if we gained any. I'll do the same task. Knife hand. Let's see if we did anything or if we wasted our time. Knife hand. Right here against the wall. Toe right behind it. See if I can get my knee to the wall. Boom, even easier than it was before. No movement at all. Check the other one. Knife hand. Right here. My left ankle's usually tighter unless I stretch it out first. So we'll see what happened here. Boom, easily gets to the wall. I love it. Let me know how it goes. Now we're on to stability. Alright guys, I'll show you an exercise that's very often overlooked, but it is it's crucial for ankle stability. Now that you've got nice mobile ankles, you've got to reteach your body how to use them. The body just doesn't learn stability magically. It needs to be taught. And you don't want your body trying to figure out stability when you're in the pocket, trying to deliver an accurate pass or escape trouble. So, how we teach our body stability, we're going to start with dorsiflexion here. And dorsiflexion is controlled by majority controlled by the anterior tibialis. We're going to work on stabilizing this movement here. So we're going to just pull our toes up and then lower it nice and slow. Pull your toes up and lower it nice and slow. There should be no point in this range of motion where the weight just jumps out of control. A lot of people, when they do this for the first time, they'll find a spot and then the weight just starts shaking like crazy. If it does, find a spot just below where it shakes and hold it for a couple seconds, go above it, and hold it for a couple seconds and try to lower nice and slow through that spot. Your goal is to have nice, smooth range of motion here at the ankles. And this can have dramatic impact on knee function, hip function, everything. Everything is stacked above the ankles. If you got something going wrong with the ankles, you potentially have something going wrong at every joint in your body. So take care of those ankles. All right, next one. We're going to do a toe raise, heel raise. I always get those jacked up. Those are toe raises. This is heel raise. All right, so grab something nice and sturdy. We're going to go up on our tippy toes. We're going to slowly roll down to the balls of our feet, and then we're slowly going to lower our heels to the ground. Up to the tippy toes. Slowly roll down to the balls of the feet. Nice and slow, heels to the ground. Now, if that's too easy for you, make it a little harder. Grab yourself an air pad. Some sort of stability challenging device. Heels down like this. I like this because it gives me a little extra range of motion, which when you're running, that's where your ankle is. So we're going to go up on our tippy toes. Slowly roll down to the balls of the feet. Slowly heels to the ground. Now, once we've done 10 of these, let's do 5 going to each side. So I'll do it on the ground first here. We're going to go up. We're going to shift our weight to one side. I did a little too dramatically there. Slowly lower the heel to the ground. Up on both feet. Shift your weight. Slowly control it down. 5 on each side. You can do the same thing here with the blue pad as well. We're going to move on to band-resisted inversion and eversion. All right. So grab yourself bands. Now, we got to keep the key to these movements, both band-resisted inversion and eversion, is to keep your knee pointed forward the whole time. This inversion is here. See my ankles going? That's inversion. This is eversion. This is inversion. We don't want this. This is hip internal and external rotation. So, in, we want to control it out. This is band-resisted inversion. We're going to do a set of 10 on each side. Now, if you can't just hold your ankle and manipulate it this way, you can grab your tibia and just keep an eye on that knee. The ankle knows what it's doing. Just keep an eye on the knee. Make sure the knee isn't moving. Once you've done 10, put the other foot in here. We'll do band-resisted eversion. Let that band pull you to inversion. You pull back to eversion. Let it pull you to inversion. You pull it back to eversion. Make this a challenge. The ankles are really strong. You should be able to handle a fair amount of tension with the ankles pretty easy. Same thing goes if you find a real shaky spot. Hold it. Try to learn stability in that position. Instability, one aspect of your range of motion is instability potentially in all your ranges of motion. So pay attention to it. All right, one more. So our last stability exercise is going to be seated heel raises. I really like seated heel raises because they really break the movement down a lot. And they give you, you're essentially only focusing on one joint at a time. I like the global, the total body stability exercises, because they can reveal things that are wrong, but then once you find out something's wrong, it's useful to break it down and just attack it joint by joint. And that's what we're going to do here. So, we want to start in full dorsiflexion. So pull that heel back as far as you can. Once it just starts coming up off the ground, that's where I want you to stop. You can do this unresisted if your ankle is really messed up, like if you're rehabbing an ankle sprain. This is probably what you're going to be doing anyways as part of your protocol. If you haven't injured your ankle, throw some weight on it. Make it a challenge. The calf muscle is very strong. So challenge it. And we're going to do this the same way we did the heel raises. You want to go all the way up to the tippy toe, slowly control it to the balls of the feet, slowly control that heel to the ground. And if you find any shaking, you just want to stop and control it. All right, right here, we're just going straight forward, straight back. No funny business. But we also need to be able to control inversion of the ankle. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to ride the ankle joint into full bone on bone, all the way around. Go up in the middle, nice and slow. Go way slower than I am. I'm speeding this up. Let me lower it. You can see a little better. I'm going all the way out as far as I can. I don't have the most mobile ankles in the world. But you can still see I'm going into inversion here and I'm controlling it. And I'm looking, watch like a hawk for any spot in this range of motion where your ankle flutters or just totally lose it. I see some people in here where they go and they just lose it. They have zero control. So, what's going to happen if that ankle gets into that position with force and load? Not good things. All right. So, once you've cleared inversion, we can go into eversion. So now the heel is going to come in relative to the foot, to the toes there. And you're going to go out to the middle, up, down, eversion, then up, down, eversion, up, then switch directions to eversion, control it, make sure there's no spot where that ankle flutters. Spend time on this. If you spend about 15 minutes on each side, you're doing a good thing for yourself. It's not a waste of time. Once you finish stability, it's on to strength. All right, guys, on to strength. So for strength today, we're just going to do heel raises. Now, if your ankles aren't the healthiest on earth, you can just do the heel raises the way we did them before. We want to just go up and then down and up and then down. We got some healthy ankles. Let's grab some weight, add some load. So set up in your squat position. If we got squat position, up. Just rub on our toes, then back down. Up on our toes, back down. The ankles are strong and they got a lot of endurance, a lot of type 1 muscle in there. So you should be able to hit a set of about 15 to 20 pretty easily. After you've done that, go back to down.